All right, let's do this. Richard Torrez versus Guido Vianello about to kick off. For the sake of anyone who hasn't heard my pick already, I'm picking Richard Torrez to win this fight, probably on points. I think he'll be a bit too busy and a bit too energetic for Vianello down the stretch. That's my pick. There's the bell for round one. Torrez coming forward, Vianello on the back foot. Vianello will be looking to catch Torrez with something coming in. Torrez already attacking the body. Vianello wraps him up. Torrez is like a little dynamo. He's perpetual motion. He throws a lot of shots. He's a shorter heavyweight fighting out of the southpaw stance, very aggressive. Vianello wraps him up there. Getting a warning from the referee for a rabbit punch. Again, Torrez on the front foot looking for an angle, moving to his own right to attempt to preempt a Vianello right hand. Vianello tried the right hand there, but it was well short of the mark. Torrez trying to open up on the inside. Vianello very calm though. He's been in tough fights as a professional, notably his decision loss to F.A. Jagba. Good right hand there from Vianello that landed on Torrez. Didn't seem to have much of an effect, but it was a good shot. Torrez maybe crowding himself a little bit here. Vianello tries an uppercut. Torrez very rough on the inside here. Yeah, a lot of warnings for Vianello so far because he is tying Torrez up. When Torrez gets on the inside, he's being wrapped up. Torrez nearly landed a left hand there. A couple of little chopping shots on the inside from Torrez. Vianello wraps him up again. So you can see the dynamic here. Vianello with the right hand trying to catch Torrez on the way in, and Torrez trying to beat him to the punch. Vianello 6'6", and a much taller man. Tries a right hand lead there. Doesn't connect. So it will be interesting to see if the referee starts to... Vianello misses with another right hand there. See if the referee starts to deduct points from Vianello for the holding. But it's obviously part of his strategy here. Right hand on the inside from Vianello. Messy fight so far, unfortunately, and Vianello the culprit. Tries a right hand there, doesn't quite connect. Torrez with some scrappy shots on the inside as Vianello wraps him up. Right hook there from Torrez. I don't think it landed clean, though. All right, there we go for the first round. Very scrappy. Torrez aggressive as we would expect. Vianello trying to counter punch off the back foot and doing a lot of holding. Shout out to the chat. We got Pro Color, we got Malik, we got Matt, we got Waved, we got Darry, we got Paladin, Poco, we got Leo. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Darry says, Hatman, I think AJ would beat Hrgovic even now at this point. I disagree. Personally, I think Hrgovic beats AJ. All right, about to begin round two. Torrez versus Vianello. I will give the first round to Torrez, but there wasn't much in it. It was a very scrappy round. Here we go, round two. Again, Torrez on the front foot. Vianello on the back foot looking for counters. Missing wildly there with a right hand, Vianello. Torrez ducking underneath. Ooh, Torrez nearly landed a big right hook, but kind of caught Vianello with the forearm rather than the glove. Oh, Torrez very reckless with his head there. Really trying to rough Vianello up on the inside, but yeah, there's a danger of cuts here if Okay, Vianello getting a warning from the ref for the holding. He is doing a lot of holding, to be fair. And that's clearly part of his strategy. And you kind of expect that as well, since Torrez is, I guess, the A-side fighter here. That's a nice left hand there from Richard Torrez. Vianello putting his forearm underneath Torrez's neck. So Torrez again looking for a way past Vianello's lead left. Vianello holding again on the inside. He just had a stern warning from the ref a few moments ago. He's already holding. Those right hand leads from Vianello, unless he's deliberately, throwing throwaway shots to try and set something up, the accuracy is really poor from Vianello on that right hand at the moment. But again, maybe he's looking to set something up. I'm not sure. Very, very scrappy fight. Vianello just holding constantly. He will not let Richard Torrez get shots off up close at all. Torrez struggling to try and punch. Okay, referee, I think, is going to deduct a point for Vianello here. Yep, 1 point off for Vianello for the holding. He needs to be careful we don't get disqualified here. Will he even listen? He's holding again. We might get a disqualification here, folks. Disappointing from Vianello so far. He doesn't seem to have any way of dealing with the pressure from Torrez other than just grabbing him constantly. I'd like to see Vianello at least attempt to fight Torrez off. Oh, good right hook from Torrez there. Nice right hook, and Vianello ties him up again. Vianello's going to get himself disqualified, carrying on like this. Good body shot and a right hook again from Torrez. Torrez opening up. Vianello looking uncomfortable. I was picking Torrez to probably win this fight on points because Vianello's tough, but if Vianello can't hold, he looks very uncomfortable dealing with Torrez on the inside. Torrez might stop him, Okay, Vianello trying to come forward a little bit here. Torrez giving ground. But yeah, another wide swing from Vianello. That's 2 rounds to zip for Richard Torrez in my book. And there was a point deducted from Vianello in that round. So a nice lead for Torrez already. The referee warning Vianello in the corner that he will be disqualified if he doesn't stop all the holding. Yeah, there's people in the comments saying that Vianello is useless. I mean, he's a tough guy, but I did always feel that Torrez would win this fight. I feel like he's very energetic and he can up his game when necessary. We saw that in the rematch with Jalalov in the amateurs in the Olympics. He moves his head quite well, Torrez, as he comes in, and he's like a dynamo. He's full of energy and throws loads of shots. And when I saw Vianello gas in the Ajagba fight, I thought, nah, Torrez should beat him because Ajagba fights at a slow pace, and yet Vianello's still gassed in that fight. So what's he going to be like when Torrez is coming at him? Like the little dynamo he is, constantly throwing shots. Okay, Vianello finally gets a shot off there, a left hand. Oh, Vianello nearly got an uppercut on. Torrez really very, very rough on the inside. Both guys sticking forearms in each other's faces. Vianello holding again. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is like Zan Kosabutski against F.A. Jagba almost, with the amount of holding and the disregard. That was a nice right hand there from Vianello. The disregard for the referee's warnings. It'd be very disappointing if he gets disqualified. All right, Vianello doing a bit better here in this little spell. Landed a couple of right hands. All right, half of round 3 done. Vianello doing a little bit better here. Torrez maybe guilty of rushing his work a little bit, though. I think Torrez might be wise to use some feints coming in or a double jab. He's feinting a little bit there and trying to go with a right hook, but maybe a bit more. Or perhaps jabbing to the body with the right hand just to draw Vianello's shots. Because Torrez is looking to lead off. He's not really countering much. And one of the secrets of some of the best pressure fighters, certainly at heavyweight, is counterpunching on the front foot, which Torrez isn't really doing much of. It's overwhelmingly lead shots rather than counters. Mike Tyson, of course, was a master of countering on the front foot. In more recent years, Andy Ruiz, at his best, is a very good front foot counterpuncher. But Torrez leading with almost every shot he throws. So it would be good to see him try and set up some counters on the front foot. Better round here from Vianello. Again, not amazing, very sloppy, still plenty of holding. But he's managed to nullify Torrez a bit better there in that 3rd round. So you could give Vianello that round, but he's still got some catching up to do. Remember, he lost the first couple of rounds and he had a point deducted. Was that the 4th round just gone now, or was that the 3rd? I'm losing track of the rounds here, people. Let's have a look at a slow-mo here. Guido actually missed with... Oh, no, okay. Yeah, he did land a nice right hand there. Guido, there wasn't really much power on it, but he did land a shot. Yeah, he caught Torrez with a decent right hand on the chin. Again, no power on it, and Torrez actually came back with his own right hook that landed a few moments later. So here we are then. Round number 4. Okay, we are in the 4th. Guido misses shots and then holds. Decent right hand there from Vianello. Yeah, Torrez is rushing his work a bit here. And it's playing into Vianello's hands. That's a couple of decent body shots from Vianello, but he holds again. The frustration is definitely creeping in for Torrez here. He needs to stagger his work a bit as he comes in, Torrez, because, again, he's just falling into Vianello's holding. Vianello holds. Yeah, the style's not gelling well at all so far in this fight. I mean, this might be worse than the first 4 rounds of the Adelaide TKV fight. I mean, the holding is just incessant from Vianello. Non-stop holding. Okay, clash of heads there. Yeah, I thought that would happen because of the way that Torrez is charging in. Very, very ugly fight. There's a left hand to the body there from Torrez. And nobody's really landed anything of note in this 4th round so far. Left hand to the body again from Torrez. And they tie up. Very disappointing heavyweight fight so far, guys. Very ugly fight. The style's not gelling whatsoever. The crowd's starting to boo. Torrez nearly landed a left hand there. Right hook again. Torrez is doing a good switch up there rather than trying to throw that left hand. And that's good head movement from Torrez, ducking underneath Vianello's right hand. And he's switching it up, Torrez, and looking for the right hook on the way in rather than the southpaw left. And he's landed a few that way. See, the thing about Vianello here is that Vianello, from what I've seen of him in his career, good right hook there from Torrez. That was a nice shot. It steadied Vianello at the end of the round. That probably won Torrez the round there. So that's the end of round 4. Yeah, the thing about Vianello, from what I've seen of him in his career, is he's not really a natural counterpuncher. He's most comfortable when he's coming forward on the front foot attacking you. And so he's having to fight in a way that doesn't necessarily come naturally to him here against Torrez. From what I've seen of Vianello, he likes to take center ring, or at least he's most effective from what I've seen of him when he takes center ring and tries to establish himself that way. Whereas here, he's being forced to back up constantly, and he's not doing a particularly great job of countering Torrez on the way in. It's mostly Torrez. That was a good right hook there from Torrez. Landed clean, steadied Vianello for a second. Nice shot. Kind of landed on the butt of the jaw. Nice shot. And then Torrez pivots underneath Vianello's attempted left. All right, here we go, round 5. Good right hook again from Torrez. Oh, good shots from Torrez. He's got Vianello up against the ropes. Vianello very disappointing so far. Torrez again maneuvers his man towards the ropes. They're both looking for the backhand. With Vianello, it's the right hand from the orthodox stance. From Torrez, obviously, that's the southpaw left. But as I said, last round, he has been doing some good work with the lead right hook up front from the southpaw position. Still lots of clinching, not as bad as it was in the first couple rounds, but they're tying up still quite frequently. So now they're circling each other in the center of the ring. Nice left hand there from Torrez. He gets away from Vianello's right hand again there. Uppercut this time from Vianello misses. And this fight is a 10-rounder. Another right hook there from Torrez. That's his best punch at the moment. It's a good jab there from Vianello. Did that hurt Torrez? He seemed to be a bit off balance. Oh, yeah, I think Torrez is hurt. Torrez is hurt. Torrez is hurt. Vianello caught him with what looked like just a couple of solid jabs, and he hurt him. Oh, big right hook there from Torrez as Vianello tried to capitalize. So, yeah, Torrez was definitely hurt there by a couple of solid jabs. Not a good look for his punch resistance when Vianello is putting you on rubbery legs with a couple of jabs. And then he's looking for an uppercut on the inside. Torrez trying to tuck up. Could we see a change, a turning of the tide here? Because I don't think Torrez is quite over those shots. He still looks a little shaken to me. I'd like to see a slow-mo replay of those shots because Torrez was definitely hurt there. And I don't think he's fully recovered. Yeah, Vianello trying to capitalize here, going to the body, trying to put some pressure. That's a nice right hook, though, from Torrez. Catches Vianello as he's trying to open up. So we might have had a breakthrough here from Guido Vianello. Maybe he's finally arrived in the fight and established himself. It's about time because up to this point, he's been looking terrible. But you know, heavyweight boxing, it only takes one punch, and he's already shown here in the 5th round he's got the power to hurt Torrez. You know, in terms of punches landed, that was still a Torrez round, but in professional boxing, it's also about who does the most damage. And so I might give that round to Vianello for actually hurting his man. I'd like to see the replay here. Let's have a look. So there's a good right hook there from Torrez that lands, but where's the shots that hurt Torrez? Okay, it's a solid jab in the mouth. Yeah, that's all it was. A solid jab in the mouth, and Torrez is hurt. Yeah, that is definitely concerning for Torrez moving forward in his career. Even if he wins this fight, which he perhaps will, if he's getting hurt by solid jabs when he's fresh, yeah, that's not a good look. I don't think Vianello has a Sonny Liston or a George Foreman type jab. Anyway, here we go. Round 6. Let's see if Vianello can get something done here. He knows he can hurt his man now. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So since he hurt Torrez with the jab, he needs to keep going for that jab because he's able to land it. And we've got a much more circumspect Torrez now after being hurt. Good left hand from Torrez. But Vianello fighting more confidently, and Torrez definitely more cautious after getting hurt in the previous round. Moving his head a lot more on the way in, ducking underneath. Okay, Torrez being taken to the corner. All right, they're cutting some tape on his glove. Yeah, the complexion of the fight has kind of changed now that Torrez has been hurt. Let's see if Vianello can get something done. Again, Vianello's right hand is very sloppy so far. He hasn't really landed one with full power. He's been missing. He loads up and misses badly with the right hand most time when he throws it, but he only needs to land once, right? But so far, he's been very, very inaccurate with the right hands, trying to catch Torrez on the way in with it. He needs to go with that jab again, throw the jab more, and try to walk Torrez onto solid jabs. You know, it worked in the previous round. Like, why dispense with it, you know? Rough stuff on the inside, forearm underneath Torres's chin from Vianello. Torrez, I think, has lost some confidence from what happened in the previous round there. Definitely lost some confidence, and he's allowing Vianello back into the fight. Nice right hook there, though, from Torrez, right when I said that. That was a nice shot. That's still his best punch in the fight, is the right hook. Ooh, good left hand there to the chest from Richard Torrez. I was just trying to see if there was some damage on Vianello's face there, because there appeared to be something on his face. I don't know if it's damage or something else. Good right hook again from Torrez. Body shot from Torrez, right hook from Torrez, left hand from Torrez. Vianello showing that solid chin, though, that he showed against the Jagba. I think he's got some damage under his eye, Vianello. But he took some real solid shots from Torrez there. So this is a Torrez round so far. He's come back after being hurt in the previous round. Good body shot from Torrez. All right. A sloppy clinch from Torrez there. All right. That's 6 rounds done. 4 to go. Richard Torrez is really a mile ahead at this stage on my card, especially with a point deduction. So Vianello needs the KO. Leo says, can Torrez beat Babbage? Are you serious? You'd knock Babbage out in about 30 seconds. Now, somebody asking, did Torrez get dropped? No, he's not been dropped. He got hurt in a previous round with a solid jab from Vianello, which obviously is not a good look. But other than that, Torrez has been the one pressing the action, landing most of the good shots. Good right hook there again from Richard Torrez. That's his punch. Good body shot there from Torrez. That was a right hand there. I think it was blocked though. Vianello's right hand was blocked. I think it hit Torres's glove. Oh, good shot there. Left hand from Torrez. Vianello holding on. He's got a very solid chin, Vianello. Again, we saw that in the Ajagba fight. And he's been needing it here because he's been catching some heavy shots the past 2 rounds on that chin. Vianello taking some deep breaths here, but coming at Torrez briefly, sticking a jab out. He's got Torrez on the back foot momentarily. The right hook there from Torrez again, but I think Vianello's right hand finally got through. Halfway through round 7. Left hand to the body from Torrez. Both guys looking kind of tired. I think Vianello looks more tired. Again, Vianello trying to catch Torrez with the uppercut on the way in. Hasn't had success with that punch so far. It's been that straight jab that he's done the most damage with anyway. Up to this point in the fight. Vianello breathing quite heavy there against the ropes. Good body shot again from Torrez with the left hand. Some chants of Guido from the crowd. All right, Torrez backing up. Vianello flailing away to the body. Not getting much done there. Jab there from Torrez. His pace is definitely slowed here. That's a rare jab there from Richard Torrez. He's barely jabbed at all in this fight. I mean, he's feinted and poured with the jab, but in terms of snapping it out, he's barely done it at all in this fight. There's a right hook again from Torrez, catching Vianello on the way, and that's a nice right hand from Vianello, though. And that's another Richard Torrez round. And the fight, kind of the way I expected it to go. Torrez just out hustling Vianello. You know, he's got the higher work rate. He's landing that right hook pretty consistently. As Vianello comes in, he's like dipping down and throwing the right hook over the top. It's quite a sneaky, clever punch the way he throws it, the way he angles it. It's a nice shot. So yeah, it's kind of going the way I thought he would go. Vianello just getting out hustled. Okay, I'm baffled at the ESPN scorecard. Man's got it even. How on earth has he got it even? I don't know what fight he's watching. I've got Torrez ahead in the fight clearly. Vianello's barely landed any clean headshots in the fight, other than those jabs a couple rounds prior. The vast majority of clean headshots are coming from Torrez. Oh, baffled by that scorecard. As baffling as Carl Frampton's scorecard in the Joyce Hergovich fight. What a baffling scorecard. Yeah, Vianello finally landed an uppercut there when Torrez was coming in. Wasn't much mustard on it, but it seemed to connect. Right hook attempt from Torrez doesn't quite connect. It was more the wrist than the knuckle part of the glove. That's a nice right hand there from Vianello. Ooh, another right hand from Vianello. Torrez trying to come back with wailing away with a left hand to the body. Left hand there. Okay, they're good left hand from Torrez. Right hook from Torrez. They're exchanging now. One of the few exchanges in the fight so far where both guys are letting shots go. Right hook there from Torrez. Applying the pressure again. Vianello on the back foot. The left hand from Torrez was sloppy. Doesn't connect. Some big gulps of air from Guido Vianello. He's feeling the pace. Torrez looks tired as well, but he's got a bit more. Ooh, that's a left hand to the chest from Torrez. It landed on Vianello's chest. Yeah, Torrez got a bit more energy in him. That's a sloppy left hand from Torrez. I think, again, connected on Vianello's chest rather than on his face. But just busier than Vianello here. Vianello really, the output has dropped off quite dramatically. The right hook again from Torrez. Okay, Guido opening up. Catches a left hand from Torrez. Manages to land a couple of body shots himself. Another right hook from Torrez. That's been by far... Ooh, massive left hand from Torrez. Vianello takes it, though. That was a tremendous shot. Okay, Torrez looking to follow up here. But he's pretty tired himself coming towards the final 30 seconds of... Oh, Vianello's legs looking a little shaky here. Oh, big left hand again from Torrez. These are the hardest shots that Torrez, I think, has landed in the fight so far. Vianello looking a little shaky and tired. Torrez connecting. Again, the younger, fresher man, but Vianello coming back with some decent shots of his own and then smothering Torrez on the inside. All right, that was another Torrez round. Paladin Poker says, worst Guido performance I've seen. Well, you know, styles make fights. I always felt that Torres's style, you know, because he's a swarmer. He swarms all over you and he comes in low and he moves his head and it's difficult to catch him on the way in. Bang, what a shot from Torrez. That was a great left hand that he caught. Looking at the slow-mo, it was a great left hand he caught Vianello with in that round. Tremendous shot. But again, Vianello, very tough. Takes a good shot. And as I say, I always felt as though Vianello would struggle with Torres's style. You know, the way he comes in low and swarms all over you. If he's gassing out against a Jagba who doesn't fight at a fast pace, then I did feel as though he would probably struggle with Torres's pace. So here we go. Round 9. 2 more rounds to go in this heavyweight 10-rounder. Oh, good right hand there from Vianello finally. Oof. Oh, good shots from Torrez again. He's got Vianello on the ropes. Oh, he connects with big shots. Vianello in trouble. Can he get him on the canvas? That was a strong attack there from Richard Torrez. Vianello under pressure. Some damage there for Richard Torrez. He's cut on the right eye. Not sure how that cut has happened, but yeah, he's ended up with a cut there on the right eye. It could be because he's lunging in with his head so much. He's come off worse in a head clash. That was a good shot there from Vianello with the uppercut. Not sure if it landed on Torres's chin or if it hit him in the chest, but yeah, the cut eye is definitely bothering Richard Torrez here. There's no question about it. I don't know if he's been cut before in his career, but yeah, he looks concerned about that cut. He's dabbing at the eye. Maybe the blood is going into the eye. And there's an opportunity here for Guido Vianello to take advantage of that damage because he's got an unsure young fighter in front of him here. He needs to jump on him, but I don't think Vianello's got that much gas in the tank, to be fair. But whatever gas he has, he needs to use it, because for me, he's a mile behind on the scorecards. I don't know what the ESPN team are watching, because I think Torrez is a mile ahead. And I would expect the judges' scorecards to reflect that. That's some nice jabs there from Vianello, though. Yes, and he needs to target the eye. No matter how that damage came about. Oh, big right hook again from Torrez. Body shot from Torrez. Yeah, Vianello needs to target the eye, and he needs to put the pressure on, because it's clear that Torrez is uncomfortable with this cut. He's very uncomfortable, like psychologically, as well as the blood going in his eye. So Vianello, I know it's easier said than done when you're in the 9th round of a 10-rounder and you're knackered, but if he does have any type of energy left in that gas tank, he needs to jump on Torrez here, because you can see he's unsure of himself, Torrez. You can't allow him to get comfortable dealing with that cut. This is a close round. It might even go to Vianello. All right, couple of decent shots there from Vianello at the end. Torrez slugging back. Big shots from Torrez, though, right on the bell. Landed on Vianello's chin. Yeah, the fight has gotten better as it's gone on, to be fair, because it started off really awful. Okay, they're saying the cut came from a clash of heads. So we're going into the 10th round now, final round of the fight. Yeah, there's the clash of heads. That's what caused the cut on Torres's eye. Ooh. All right, here we go. 10th round about to start, final round of the fight. Second half has definitely been a lot better than the first half. First half was horrible. It was a hug fest. Second half, there has been some decent shots landed, particularly from Torrez. But they start the final round by launching themselves into a clinch. And Vianello with a sloppy attack there, easily avoided by Torrez. And he's looking for that counter right hook again. Okay, Vianello really attacking now. This is what Vianello needs to do. He needs to let it all hang out. He needs to. He needs a knockout for me. I can't see how Vianello wins this on the scorecards whatsoever. He needs a knockout, so he's going to have to go for it here. Let it all hang out and try land something big and take Torrez out of there. And he's got the power to do it. He showed he hurt Torrez earlier on in the fight with a couple of stiff jabs. So he can do it. He just needs to let it all hang out. Torrez on the back foot here, but again, having success with that right hook, knocking Vianello off balance with it. Vianello's had no answer really to Torres's right hook, and that's a good adjustment by Torrez in this fight. The way he's switched to that right hook and he's spamming it now. And why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Vianello keeps making the mistakes that allow Torrez to land the right hook over and over again. There it is again. Actually, it was more of a jab this time from Torrez. Halfway through the 10th and final round. Another right hook there from Torrez. Very sloppy stuff on the inside from both men. Big gulp of air from Guido Vianello there. Torrez on the front foot. Looking to try and get something going. Feinting with a right jab. Oh, big left hand from Torrez. Yeah, Guido has been getting caught with that right hook more and more as the fight has gone on. All right, they tie up on the inside. 45 seconds left. in this 10-round heavyweight bout. Okay, I think there's some tape loose on Vianello's glove. The referee fixes it. Nice body shot there from Torrez. He's come swarming in with the headshots. He's almost like a heavyweight version of Boom Boom Mancini, especially with that hair. Just the southpaw heavyweight version of Boom Boom. The way he just swarms his opponents. So 15 seconds left in the final round. It's a Torrez round. Vianello slips on the canvas. There you go. That's surely a UD for Torrez. I'll be amazed if it isn't. And it's not pretty from Torrez. I can understand why people are so skeptical about him. And I'm skeptical about his chin. You know, I saw him get knocked out cold by Jalalov, who is a tremendous puncher, but still knocked out cold by Jalalov in the amateurs. And he's very sloppy with the way he comes in at times. And his punching is often sloppy. But if you look at things in a cold light of day, he's done a better job there for me on Vianello than F.A. Ajagba did. I think he's won that more clearly than Ajagba beat Vianello for me. Here we go. And here are the scorecards. It's a unanimous decision. Vianello looks like he knows he lost. 97-92. 98-91, the other two judges. Yep, it's Richard Torrez. Vianello claps the decision, no protests. All right, I'll call this a day here. So yeah, Richard Torrez wins a UD over Guido Vianello in a scrappy fight. Until next time, peace.